Hello, Bobcats. Welcome to the Bobcat Broadcast. I'm Betty.
And I'm Naomi.
Reporting for today's news. Today is a day for... Today's lunch choices are barbecue chicken sandwich, mac and cheese, popcorn chicken salad, PB&J pack, vegetarian baked beans, baby carrots, fresh fruit variety, diced peaches, 100% fruit juice, 1% white milk, and chocolate skim milk. Remember that the toy drive is still going on. Make sure to donate your toys. Today's black words are Team 6 for the morning, Estella, Hannah, Wesson, and Nicole. And then for the afternoon, Kale, Jason, Mark, and Gabe. Today's junior coaches are, for kindergarten, Annalyn and Wesson, for first grade, Nicole and Ariel, for second grade, Emma and Natalia, and for third grade, Brandon, Aria, and Veronica. Sorry if I said any of your names wrong.
Good morning, Basha Bobcats. We have quite a few Pride in the Pack here, so we'll get started. We have, in kindergarten, Mrs. Lee's class. Great job to reach her. In Mrs. Contreras' first grade class, we have Preston K., Kimberly in Miss Brecky's class, along with Paisley, Brooklyn. In Mrs. Tavis's class, we have Adriana, Madison, Sawyer, Ryder, Caden, Lyric, and also great job to Mrs. Tavis's class yesterday on their math lesson. In second grade, Mrs. Linz's class, we have Hudson, Hannah, Caden, Joshua, and Harper, along with Ari. In Mrs. Monaco's class, great job too, Mia, Sam. In Mrs. Hess's class, we have Trinity, Araceli, Neptune. In Mrs. Sears' third grade class, we have Mark, Addison, Grayson, Nora, Ben, Ayana. In Mrs. Richard's class, we have Lexi again, Addison. In third grade, Mrs. Tubo's class, we have Connor, Ari, Brantley, Ollie, Alex. In Mrs. third grade, I'm not sure which class, but we have Laura. In fourth grade, in Mrs. Bitten's class, we have Jillian, Esther. In Mrs. Bauer's fourth grade class, we have James. In Mr. Yontez's, we have Mason, Samantha, Scarlett, Avery, Jake, Bradley, London, Ariel, Max, Bradley again, Javi, and Troy. In Mrs. Campbell's fifth grade class, we have Preston, Jesse, and Allison. In Mrs. Northrup's fifth grade class, we have Lucas. In fifth grade, we have Elias from Mrs. Contreras and Joseph. We also have from Mrs. Campbell's class, Joe, Hayden, and Thor. And then, I'm not sure, it's a sixth grade class, but we have Kate. Boys and girls, we've had a very busy week here at Basha. We'd like to congratulate all the students at choir and orchestra. You guys did an amazing job in your performances. And thank you to all our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders for celebration of learning and being able to showcase your work. Next week, I believe we have some field trips going on. I think 2nd grade and 6th grade have field trips. So remember to show your pride in the pack when you are out on these field trips and represent Basha in a positive light. I know you guys can do it. We only have 2 more weeks before the winter break, so let's make it a great one. Please make sure that you are thinking about each other and making good choices. Have a wonderful Friday.
Good morning again, Basha Bobcats. We have for the week of November 27th to December 1st our Perfect Attendance Award winner. So remember, if you had perfect attendance between November 27th to December 1st, we put your name in a bucket and we draw them out and you might get a prize. So if you hear your name, you need to come down to Mrs. Beck's office between 8:30 and 9 o'clock to collect your prize. So congratulations to these students for making it to school every single day last week. In kindergarten, for Mrs. Jacobs' class, we have Mia. In Mrs. Lee's class, we have Ava Bauer. In first grade, Mrs. Tavis's class, we have Madison. And in Mrs. Contreras' class, we have Troy. Third grade, both in Mrs. Lintz's class, we have Evelyn and Nash. In third grade, Mrs. Richard's class, Kyle. In Mrs. Hess's class, Madeline Schubert. In fourth grade, Mr. Yontes, Samantha. In Mrs. Benton's class, Jacob. In fifth grade, Miss Campbell's class, we have Thor. And in Miss Rajpal's class, we have Raquel. Sixth grade, in Miss Gonzalez's class, we have Rushugo. And in Mrs. Lauder's class, we have Micah. Congratulations, boys and girls, on being here every single day. Don't forget, you need to come down to Mrs. Beck's class office at 8:30 to 9 o'clock to collect your prize.
Thanks for watching, Bobcats. Be sure to demonstrate your Bobcat pride if you have a guest teacher. Have a nice day, Bobcats. Bye!